Okay, so this video is designed for beginner and intermediate players who have tried to learn aiming systems like center to edge or 90-90, but haven't had much success with them. And I noticed by watching some professionals that they use a simplified version of these aiming systems that help them pocket balls very consistently. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. So we can simply call this aiming system thick or thin, because by aiming a shot for thick or thin, you can pocket approximately 90% of the shots on the pool table. And don't worry, I'm going to show you how to make that extra 10%. It's just a small adjustment to be able to make the other more steeper cut shots. So first what we're going to do is learn how to aim for a thick shot. And a thick shot would be a slight cut shot, nothing too extreme. So this would be an example of a thick shot. So with this, anything right in this area here. And I'm keeping it up close here so you can see exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not going to complicate it by hitting tough shots. So to hit the thick shot, what I notice some professionals will do is that they will come up and aim the ball, aim straight at the object ball. So right now I am aiming, as you can see, straight at the 4 ball. If I were to shoot straight, I'm going to hit the 4 ball right into the point. Okay, so for the thick shot, I'm aiming straight at the object ball, and then what I'm going to do is with my shooting hand, never moving my bridge hand, I'm going to pivot 1 tip away from the pocket and shoot straight through. That is a thick shot. I'm going to do it again. Aim straight at the object ball. You can see what I'm just going to do is move my right hand now to move the Q-tip 1 tip to the right. So I'm going to move my Q-tip the opposite direction I'm trying to cut. Shoot straight through. Okay. All right, so now what would be an example of a thin shot? I'll show you what a thin shot would look like. So for the thin shot, instead of me aiming straight at the object ball, what I'm going to do now is aim the center of the cue ball to the edge of the object ball. So if I'm cutting it to the left, obviously I'm just going to aim center of the cue ball to the right edge of the 9 ball. And for the thin shot, there's no adjustment needed. All I want you to do is shoot the cue ball straight at the right edge of the object ball. All right, I'm not doing any pivot for this. For the thin shot, I'm just aiming straight at the right edge, no pivot, straight through. That would be the thin shot. So with that, between that thick and that thin, I'm able to make about 90% of the shots on the pool table. And you're going to be surprised how well that works. So for the extra 10%, those would be for more extreme cut shots. Anything where you're doing a back cut, or maybe if it's a tough shot close to the rail, you'll find, when you start experimenting, and you're going to need to practice with it, when you start hitting thin shots and you just aim for the right edge, you notice that you're not cutting the ball enough, then that's where you're going to need to do this method, which is you're going to aim just like the thin shot. You can aim center of the cue ball to the right edge of the ball here, because I'm trying to cut it to the left. What I'm going to do is pivot my Q-tip 1 tip to the right, just like I was doing for the thick shot, and shoot straight through. Okay. One more time. So this would be for the more extreme cut shots, that where you just hit a standard thin shot, it's not going to cut it enough. You're just getting right at the right edge, center of the cue ball, right edge. I'm going to move. You can see I'm only moving my Q-tip 1 tip over and shoot straight through. Okay, so that's called the thick and thin system. I noticed it a little while ago. I just noticed that some pros were using this system to be able to very consistently pocket balls. It's technically using variations of what center to edge and 90-90 systems do, but they're doing it very quickly without a lot of calculations, and I think it's a lot easier sometimes to even line up and to make balls. There's a lot less components in it. It should be a very easy system for you to use, adapt, even for very, very beginner players. to be able to help you guys make a lot more balls and improve within your pool leagues or some tournaments that you're playing. All right, good luck.